Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are back in the world of music, and we're also here with one of our repeat guests that we enjoy having on, Sev7en Taylor. How are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm good.
It's good to have you back.
Good to be
It's
back.
just you've been I follow you on social media, and you've really been out there and keeping your music out there alive and front and center. And so, um,
Yes.
but you've got some new stuff coming along, yeah?
hmm
Tell
Oh
us
yeah, I
about
do.
that.
Well, so basically, unexpectedly, I did a back-to-back release of the singles, "The House of Seven,"
Yeah.
which that pays homage to ballroom, but it's more on a hip hop gritty beat. And then the subconscious side of the Lilith Moon, that which is my newest one, that gives a little bit of ballroom homage as well. And that gives a lot of ballroom house music
Yeah.
homage.
Yeah.
But that one was more so just also homage to Britney Spears.
Okay.
The Oops, I Did It Again. Because when I say Oops, I did it again, I do the whole spin on that, but put it more in gay lingo. um, and I think what was more, I guess, prevalent for me is to just introduce music in different ways. And I've been working with a lot of other individuals as well,
Yeah.
doing some partnerships to introduce the music more differently than just a traditional rollout. Like I wanted to like host a space and speak to other people and
Yeah.
invite others to have a highlight of their music and then introduce my music and have that whole connection happening while it's not always being centered just on me.
Yeah, yeah. But you have a new one, the most recent. It's called The Subconscious Side of the Lilith Moon. That's quite a title.
Yeah, it's a long title, and in shortness, it means the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
Me being spiritual, I try to, as much as I can, incorporate spirituality into my music,
Yeah.
without it being because I'm spiritual, not religious, but without it being an overbearing thing, but more so, I like for people to listen to music, and people have listened to my recent music and went and researched things that they heard or the titles or what is the Lilith Moon and all these things that go with astrology and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I feel like as a artist, you can also be a teacher when you're called to be one.
Yeah.
So I like to educate individuals on how to do the research, do your I call it do your work with my
Yeah.
students.
Yeah.
Doing the work is about going out there and seeing, okay, if I can't get this thing off my mind, why am I thinking about it? Why is it so prevalent in my, subconscious, mind? And I wanted everyone when they listen to that song to think about going to this very grudgy underground party,
Hmm.
something with the New York, era of,
Yeah.
those parties that you go to, and not more, not I want to say focus on sex, like sexuality is everywhere, but more so focus on the intimacy of music and how a lot of people said upon the first listen they wanted to get up and dance, they wanted to like put on something sexy, they wanted to do their makeup or whatever. So I think the main thing that the music does, um what I've been creating, is making someone invocate a mood. You
Yeah.
have that invitation of, okay, I feel good now, I want to get dressed up, now I want to feel sexy. So I'm happy that people are liking that.
Yeah, nice. And but that taps into, I mean, that's been kind of the prevailing thread that keeps a lot of this all connected in your life through the music. And you also you're an author as well, and it's all about spirituality and kind of how that comes out. But
Yes.
you've done quite a number of books so far.
Seven. It's seven at
Seven.
seven. Yeah, and I'm working on my eighth. And
Okay.
at first I thought, when I first ever had the insight to be an author, I was inspired by Toni Morrison, James Baldwin, Maya Angelou,
Yeah.
so many people. So many gifted
Yeah.
writers.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of I forgot the author. Is it Fitzgerald? No, sorry, with the Great Gatsby.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot I think I know some of those Fitz in there. But even reading that in high school and
Yeah.
being so amused at that type of Literature for me has always been my first language. Like before I was able to even really speak, I felt like the artists and the I would say their product um allowed me to have a voice before I developed my voice. Like, okay, I love the way that Maya Angelou made me feel. I love the way that Toni Morrison made me think. I love the way that James Baldwin was so unapologetic with his sexuality. And, you know, even at a time where it was so taboo to be a Black gay man and still feel like you desire and deserve respect. So that's just the name of few. I got so many people. But I feel like when I did go into the literature world, I found myself uh I guess you could say dissolving everything around me until I figured out what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You know, and what was my homage to them with my writing. And I always been a complex, very intrusive writer, as you could tell from my music. So I never really allowed myself to be in a box. I always felt like if I want to tell fiction, I'll tell fiction. If I want to tell, you know, autobiography, I want to, you know, do that. If I want to tell whatever other genre of literature I want to go into, I wanted to do it without feeling like, oh, what am I doing? You know, I never wanted to put myself in, and that's the same thing with music. I never wanted to just solidify myself to just hip hop rap, even though that's my core.
Mm-hmm.
It's I guess it's about growing as an artist and understanding what you produce. A lot of times we don't understand what we're producing. So when you do get to sit down with a body of work, you do have that. It's like a relative question to yourself. Okay, are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Is this something you will stand by for the next 5 years of your life
Yep.
or eternity? Since it's out in the public now and everybody can download and stream it. And I, yeah, so it's like I've always felt like if I was to write or create or do anything, I wanted to do it because it's me and it's not trying to fit in or trying to be like others or trying to, you know, dance with the, you know, the idols. It's more so because it authentically reflected me. Like this is what I wanted to do and this is my passion. And I think that's the reason why I take a long time in between books, in between musical projects, so I could reflect, so I could think, and so I could challenge myself to give a new era of myself. I always want someone to be able to compare my eras.
Yeah.
Like, okay, boys just want to have fun. The Disobedience to Jimmy Taylor, Blessed Be, and now coming soon, The Clip Off, which is my upcoming EP. So it's just like they all have different stories and narratives happening. But to get back to the book, my new book, I Think I Love Myself, Deep Meditations, Affirmations, Universal Connections, is my 8th book. It's nonfiction. It's more of a psychological advancement type of book.
Yeah.
I do speak about the last 3 years of my life. I do speak about relationships, personal moments, meeting certain celebrities. I do speak about falling back in love with the craft because sometimes, you know, we fall in and out of love with it. Some days I'm like, oh, forget it. And the next day I'm walking down the street, it's my 7. I'm like, okay, I'm back 7 now. You know, it's like it chooses me. The creative consciousness chooses me. So I just get to play out the role that it want me to. And being 7 is the role that I'm playing right about now. So yeah, I think this is just the perfect time for someone as myself to put out something that I can stand with and not cringe. You know.
No, that makes sense. And I was going to say, even from everything you were saying, the your feelings and your passion and everything, it comes through the you've got a lot of good video content out there, and
Thank you.
and we're going to make sure also to link to all that too, because I'm going to link at the end of this interview, we're going to actually have your kind of a snippet of your most recent with Subconscious Side of the Lilith Moon,
Hey.
and but I'm going to link to make sure your YouTube channel and all that, so people can get a real sense of, like you were saying, the eras, the chapters of your life as you've
Yes.
put yourself out there publicly.
I think that's the biggest book I'm writing right about now, my life.
Yeah, yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
So it's very interesting when you enter a new chapter because that itself is an experience.
Yeah. No,
You know, definitely.
I feel you. So, no, this is great. So I'll make sure to, like I said, linking that up. But I'm really glad that you're able to take a few moments of your time and kind of share some of your most recent
Thank
info
you.
with our audience here.
Yes,
And,
thank you, and I appreciate this. I appreciate this sharing space and being
yeah.
able to come back on your show, and yeah, always bringing something new, something fresh.
I love it. So, no, this is great, and look forward to connecting soon.
Okay, see you
All right.
soon.
Take care now.
So I did it again. I did it again. What are you doing down here? When the party's upstairs. Calm. Gotta crack the backs. Got a couple niggas wanna act the act. All my niggas wanna pop the tags. That's that shit you feel when you grab the jag. Niggas wanna know how you wanna come through with the crew. Popping on them things like ooh. Yeah. Oops, I did